Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, the 10th day of May, which is the second day of Iyar. Here we go. Last halacha today for you on that short little topic of coffee that we've been doing. The Shulchan Aruch says that it's not proper for a Jew to drink something like beer in a place of non-Jews. So if there was a bar where they were serving beer and you were Jewish and you wanted to sit down and drink beer with non-Jews, it's just too much of a, party atmosphere for a Jew to be halachically allowed to just regularly participate in such a thing. Question, of course, becomes, what about a Jew sitting in a coffee house? Having coffee with non-Jews. So bottom line, although there's a lot of discussion about that kind of thing in the poskim, it seems like the poskim of today are kind of lenient about that when it's just a coffee, but it's not something like a bar and a beer, but just coffee had together with some non-Jews in a coffee kind of place. A lot of rabbis seem to be lenient on that one. However, as far as the actual cup that you're going to use, they do caution that if you're going to have the actual hot cup, I mean like a permanent cup that they serve, then you're going to have the problem that that cup is washed with possibly non-kosher things, and lechatchila, that means in the first place to be using that cup on purpose regularly could be considered a problem, and it's best to just be using a disposable cup of some sort so that you won't have the problem that the cup you're using was washed together with non-kosher things. Similarly, when you're on an airplane and the stewardess wants to serve you hot coffee in an airplane permanent cup, same kind of problem could happen. That is, by the way, even the thing that she's serving it to you from, that might have been washed also together with some non-kosher items in a massive dishwasher at the airport. So you'd have to be certain, and certainly check into this if you're a frequent flyer. Find out about what your rabbis are telling you about the serving pot that they're using on the airplane, and whether you could be relying on that as always being, well, maybe coffee's always in it, but how would you know how it's washed and if it's mixed together with liquids, hot liquids of other things that were washed on that airplane dishwasher at the airport or whatever that aren't proper. So do check into that before just assuming that you could just take their coffee poured out of whatever, washed with whatever. There's certainly something to be looked into there. There is a Gemara that talks about not eating while you're standing. And there's a lot of discussion also amongst the poskim as to what that means. Is it any meal? Is it all kinds of foods? Is it standing a long time, short time? So, I'm summarized what I've read here in the poskim, and it seems that if there are poskim that say that that only applied to a mitzvah matter, like if you're having a kiddush or something, you should be, having the kiddush food sitting down, but a mitzvah item. But something that's just for a non-mitzvah item would possibly, according to some rabbis, be okay to eat it while standing up. And certainly if it's for a short period of time, like just a 5-minute snack in a standing position, so that too there are rabbis who say that we can be lenient on that. So certainly if a person wanted to just have a quick cup of coffee, which is our topic again today, while standing, it seems that a lot of poskim would be lenient on that and say, oh, no big deal if you have your cup of coffee while standing up. And there was a great rabbi that they like to refer to as the Stipler, and people even attest to the fact that they know that they had seen him during his lifetime having cups of coffee often while standing up. So do feel okay about having a cup of coffee standing up. But according to the basic Gemara, the way it talks about it, having a full meal while standing up seems like it is somewhat frowned upon. That's just not a proper way to eat and everything. And some are lenient about it, but certainly a quick cup of coffee on the stand, on the fly, would seem to be okay. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.